Springfield, Virginia! Forest Park, Illinois!
Yep, that's me. You might be wondering how I got here. Hi, my name is Misa, and this is the story of how I attended a free Twice concert and missed the whole show. So if you didn't know, Twice actually held a free concert the day before their MetLife concert in New Jersey. It was part of the City concert series on the Today Show. And it was essentially a free concert, though you had to apply for a fan pass lottery a few weeks in advance. 2 out of our 10 friends who applied actually managed to get a fan pass. Luckily, anyone who owns a fan pass gets to bring along 3 guests. So I was able to tag along with one of my friends who got a fan pass. Now, the thing about this concert was that it's general admission. And if you know anything about New York K-pop fans, they are hardcore.
People have been here all week long.
We're out here and have been out here some for days.
So already at 5 p.m., the night before the concert was supposed to start, there was already a line formed along the cement sidewalk close to Rockefeller Center.
They were here, these guys, earlier than I was this morning, lined up around the building.
The concert doesn't start until the next morning around 9 a.m. But knowing how hardcore K-pop fans are, I wasn't surprised to see that a line had already formed 5 p.m. the afternoon before. Me and my friends got there around 10 p.m. and we just put a blanket down, plopped ourselves down, and prepared ourselves for the overnight wait. Currently setting up the stage for Twice's performance in about 8 hours or so. We are next to the Nintendo store. It was my first time lining up overnight in New York for a K-pop event, for an event of any kind, really. And I have to say, it's an experience. It's an experience. But honestly, I'm glad I got to try it. Got called homeless a couple times by passerbys on the streets, and just very rude people in their cars driving by and insulting the Twice fans in line. That was not pleasant. It kind of smelled bad at times because, you know, it's New York. But honestly, I'd say the worst part of waiting was the sheer boredom. At some point, even if you are with your friends, like, you run out of things to talk about, things to do, and we're all tired and uncomfortable. You know, my butt and my back was hurting real bad at one point. It kind of felt like being in prison. We were just trying so hard to come up with things to do and ways to pass the time, and oh my god, the time passed so slowly. I'm not getting anything.
Shuffle these cards.
Oh, it's terrible shuffling.
Yeah, okay. We're going. Ace. And then we put this one up there. Before you know it, it was 5 a.m. and they were letting us slowly check in through the security line. Now, the stage was really tiny, and the venue itself was really small. They also only had one line for the security check, which made it so that the check-in process took literally like 4 hours to get through.
The plaza's packed. Waiting all morning for the K-pop group Twice.
We got our passes and we made it through security check. We found our spots in line. My view wasn't super great, even though I got there relatively early. Just because of the way the venue was structured, you really had to be within like the first 20 people in line to get a really good spot.
What time did you get here?
8 a.m.
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
I saw you guys yesterday.
Around 7 to 8 a.m. Twice came out and they did their rehearsals. That was really neat to see. They came out in their casual clothes, makeup not completely done yet, and rehearsed Moonlight Sunrise, Set Me Free, and Alcohol Free. Now, this was interesting because they were practicing their choreo without music, and it was the first time I got to see the rehearsal process. They talked about mistakes they made and work on weak points. You got to see their teamwork in a different way. It was like a behind-the-scenes experience. Also, the stage was really tiny compared to what they usually perform on, so it was a struggle. It kind of felt like they were reenacting this video on stage. After rehearsals finished, they left the stage and we were left to wait for about 2 hours before they finally started the official broadcast.
The first all-woman K-pop group to ever sell out a stadium in North America.
Twice came out in their full makeup and wardrobe. They were so beautiful and they gave the best performance.
Twice with Set Me Free.
Confetti everywhere, fans screaming. It was so amazing and made the entire 11-hour wait worth it. That's what I wish I could have said, but I didn't get to see any of it. It was just after 9 a.m. Funnily enough, shortly after I appeared on TV in this scene.
Forest Park, Illinois!
When I started to feel really unwell. At that point, I was feeling really exhausted and lightheaded and a little bit dizzy and really hungry. At this point, we hadn't eaten or slept all night long. And this was all in the middle of a heat wave in New York, so I don't think anyone was feeling very well at all. I saw a girl get carried out by paramedics on a stretcher. I'm gonna assume that she probably fainted due to heat stroke or something similar. I should probably also mention that the day before this concert was the 4th of July, Independence Day in the US, a huge holiday. My friend and I had lined up for 5 hours under the sweltering heat to watch fireworks at the pier, and then immediately after finished, we came to line up overnight for Twice. Not the best sequence of events, and I thought I could handle it, but I couldn't. So it was a really tough decision, but I decided to leave the crowd with one of my friends. I had already seen Twice do their rehearsal stage, so I convinced myself that that alone was enough for me. I was going to see Twice at MetLife the next day as well for their concert, so I didn't want to be too tired. And it was a really hard decision because up until that point I had waited, 11 hours to see Twice? And I was like, do I really want to give up right now? But all things considered, my view wasn't super great, and I had already seen Twice perform their rehearsals, plus I was going to see them at MetLife the next day as well. So I decided I was gonna go home. And funnily enough, on our way to the subway back home, we saw Jihyo's entire family. Obviously, I didn't try to go up to them and ask for a photo or say hi in any way. I just kind of observed them as they walked past. I was already not feeling super well at this point, so I just wanted to head home. So that was my Twice Today Show experience. Basically lined up for a whole night. Got to see them for 15 minutes and went home. Was it worth it? I don't know. For me, I'm the type of person who tries anything at least once, so yeah, whatever. To me, it was fun. It was still a fun experience. I will say though, if any of you guys are planning to line up for a very, very long time for any kind of general admission event, make sure you bring enough water and make sure you dress appropriately. But overall, I'm glad that I did it. I would regret not trying at all to go see them, especially for a free concert, that's worth it.